welcome to Goodwill Columbus community page. Today is our artist moment, and I'm glad you could join us. So I've been racking my brain all week to see what kind of art we should do. I know we've just kind of been doing this and that the last couple weeks, not really learning much. Not an art teacher, but I figured maybe we could get some perspective this week. And by perspective, I am talking about, I'm going to move this because it's giving me a shadow. We're going to do perspective drawing. And for those that aren't familiar with that, that is, there are two different types of perspective drawings. There is 1 point and 2 point perspective. And what that does is it takes a normal 2D or flat drawing and gives it a three-dimensional look. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to do a single point perspective, and I'm going to draw a muscle car or hot rod. I don't really have a picture to go by today. I just want to kind of just kick back and relax and have some fun. So one good thing to have when you're doing perspective is a straight edge. It could be a firm piece of paper. It could be a ruler, be anything that you have that has a nice straight edge to it. So the first thing you want to do is pick a point on your paper, and it could be anywhere. It could, depending on what do you want the drawing to do. Do you want it to come from one side? Do you want it to come from the other side? Do you want it to come from the middle? These are all things you need to consider. So I'm going to pick a point, probably it's going to be about a third of the way down and then about a third of the way in from the paper. And then I'm going to take my straight edge, and you know what? I'm going to move that. Change my mind. I'm going to draw it closer up towards the top of the paper just because I need to get my perspective. And then I'm going to draw straight lines from that point. And I'll show you here in a second when I get my lines drawn. Let's see here. Now, it has been ages since I've done any of this, so don't expect perfection. Or even, hopefully, it'll come out all right. Okay. So, my starting point, and I know got you underneath the desk right now. Oh, there we go. So you see how wrong hand. I've got my point right here, and then I've got 4 lines that I've spaced out. This is pretty cool trying to do it this way. I feel like a weatherman trying to work with a green screen. So, and then what you're going to do is you're going to draw your object within those lines. And what's that going to do is it's going to create a larger front portion, and then your drawing is going to get smaller as it moves up into those lines, and that's going to create depth. And depth is important for that 3D type image. So I want to make sure that I've got my right pencil. And similar to what we do every other time, I'm going to just kind of sketch some shapes. Let's see, how am I want to do this? Okay. And you can use your straight edge as well if you wanted to. I might change one of my lines. But that's okay. That's what we're here for. We just want to kind of try something. There we go. I think that'll work, I hope. Oh, wonderful. Kind of like you can draw a three-dimensional box using different shapes and whatnot. Or, it kind of looks like a slanted box. Doesn't have to be perfect. We're not judging anybody's art around here. So, just as a quick guide to where I'm going, you'll see that I've got a large rectangle here. I've got another rectangle here. And as you see, they're getting smaller as they're going back towards my dot. So it's already got kind of a three-dimensional look to it. Now we're gonna start adding some other shapes to it. It's always interesting to try to do this. I've done some things like this similar when I was doing construction design, because sometimes when you're trying to design a wall or build out around a wall, you need to do kind of a three-dimensional drawing to it to give the contractor something to reference. So mine never always really turned out the best, but I always continued to try because you have to try. I think the hardest part is trying to do something round when you're working on. Oh, see, I could have kept that other line there. That would have been great for my wheels. I think they would be more like an ellipse. For those that don't know what an ellipse is, it's also called a triangle. But in the technical aspect of it all, it is an ellipse. All right. I think I want to round out my front fender and my hood. Maybe give it a point in the middle. You gotta remember, the stuff that's closer to you, it's bigger. So we gotta make sure to keep that in mind. Because the larger it is in the front, the closer it looks to you. And helps with that depth perception, that perspective of depth. And I really don't have much knowledge of cars, especially older cars. I used to enjoy going to car shows with my dad, but mainly because it was fun to hang around. Sometimes you'd get cool autographs from TV stars. Like one year, I went up to Cleveland to an auto show. This was back in the 80s. And I got to meet Eric Estrada, who was a really big chip star, or I should say, he was the chip star back in the day. I got his autograph, and I think I got his picture somewhere packed away. It was just one of those fun childhood memories. All right, working on my front. I gotta get some headlights. What do you think? Dual headlights? I always thought those were more unique. And back in the day, they were round, right? I think we gotta have a grill too. All right. I got to connect my front with the cabin. You know, the cabin where the people sit. How do we want to show that? I'd love to have somebody from the art studio to pick their brains on how to make something look rounded in perspective. Da, 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 da. Oh, I'm gonna sneeze. Disaster averted. All right, now time for the windshield. So what do you think? We're kind of cruising along right now. Doesn't have to be perfect. Sometimes all you need is just a little bit of different shape to your lines. Create those shapes. Like adding a curve to a straight line gives it a different look, a different feel. And let's see here. The old-timey cars had thicker frames around their windshields. They also had a lot of rounded edges. They weren't a lot of very boxy, very angular shapes like what today's cars are. They were more rounded. Yeah, sometimes they had their nice angles to them as well, but it was a different type of angle. I don't know if that's gonna look right, but we're gonna try it anyways, right? Get that look on the door. I almost need to sharpen my pencil. Like if I take my car door line, you know, where the car door is on the side, the metal, and I put a little curve to it, it creates kind of a a different shape to it. It looks like the side is actually rounded, and that's kind of what we're kind of gearing for. I think I need some windshield wipers, huh? You know, I'm going to sharpen my pencil real quick. I don't have anywhere to put it. I'm going to put it right here. I just need something a little sharper. Hopefully my lead won't break. You ever have those pencils and then you use your sharpener and then the lead keeps breaking on you? That's my luck. How do you show window? So you want to do your windshield. Trying to move my pencil. See, I've got little tiny hash marks in there, little tiny little scratches. And it kind of gives it, the window, a look that there's something there, even though we all know, the windows on cars are clear mostly. So it's a little trick we do in architecture when we're doing a window. There's a hatch mark. There's a TCH in there. And that we use to discern windows, and that helps that process out. Drawing in AutoCAD is fun. And I've always enjoyed it. Every now and then I like to tinker with it. I'm only going to have one door on this car. All right. I'm going to erase some other lines that I've got in there. Sometimes you just put lines in there just to give you a place. What do we think? We need to have fins on this car, right? So that means I got to go back and erase my other line. Again, I'm using the re-kneadable or the kneadable eraser to go back and take care of my line. Go back towards my wheel wells. Let's see here. And remember, as you're going further back, things are getting smaller. The further back you go, the smaller you get. Just change my mind on that line. Oh, so there we go. It's a three-dimensional car. I'm almost ready to color. I'm going to add a little bit. Now I might get my straight edge back out. I'm going to create a road. You know, what if this road has a curb on it? Right? How does that look? You know, when you're drawing your curve, don't forget you gotta have your little Pennywise hole. Pennywise hole, what's that mean? Well, you know, in the movie It, a little sewer drain that Pennywise hides in. Gotta have one of those. Of course, I can't get my kneadable eraser in there small enough. What kind of road should he be driving on? Uh-oh. You guys still see me? For some reason my video went out on my computer. Guess I got tired of watching me. I have to pull it up on my phone and see. Either that or I just lost signal. And I'm talking to myself. It's still showing that I'm live. So I'm just going to keep going. The light on my camera is still there. Oh, let's see what my phone says. Kind of hard to keep up with you if I can't see what I'm doing. It still says I'm live, I hope. Oh yeah, still going live. Okay. So, let's see if I can do this. You know how kind of like you grab one mirror to look into a different mirror to check out the back of your head? That's kind of what it's like to try to show you something on camera on my laptop while looking at it on my phone with the delay. Oh, gotta hold it up higher. So as you can see, I've created my curb and I created some lines, some dashed lines on the road. Now I'm going to color it in. What kind of color should we do this? Maybe a nice bright red. I've used that red a lot, haven't I? About a sky blue, car. Get, oops, this one. Gonna add some depth to my headlights. And my grill. Let's see. I think this is black. So, all right. Let's sit and do some black lines with my black colored pencil. I'm kind of pushing hard. Should use my fine point pen instead of pushing so hard. Do I got one up here? Oh, how about that? That'll keep me from pushing so hard. Give me a better black line as well. Plus I can go through and clean it up with the eraser. And it won't take my lines away from me. Oh, why didn't I think about that sooner? All right. We also need depth in here as well, in the part of my grill. And not the golden grill that people wear in their mouth. The grill on the car, which I will admit is not historically accurate by any means. Just something fun to do. All right. How are you guys coming along on yours? All right. I'm on my video. You almost got to see my daughter. She just got up. Which we're surprised she slept as late as she did because I cooked breakfast, and normally when I cook potatoes, she's got this potato. It's like this automatically knows when potatoes are being cooked, and she gets up out of the blue. It's okay. It's okay. All right. You might hear the microwave here in a minute. But that's okay. Okay, there you go, microwave. All right. Nothing like a good breakfast in the morning. Oh, my hand's starting to cramp. I guess that just means I'm doing good. on. Oh, where'd my screen go? My screensaver went, but it's back now. Oh, that was my phone. All right. I'm probably not going to keep you guys here much longer because I try to keep this one to a half hour. I may have to finish this up, and then you'll have to come back later and see the finished product when I post it. Please feel free to send me yours. Every now and then I get one that I like, and I will post them on our Facebook page here. And don't worry, it can be an anonymous submission. Have to out people for their skill or lack of skill. All right, so let me show you what I got, and then I will finish it sometime. So it's really taking shape. I hope to see you guys at some submissions. I love to see other people's take on perspective, and I hope you learned something new today, and I look forward to drawing with you again next week. Goodbye now.